Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lin. Let's go straight into breaking down episode 7 of WandaVision. Let's start with this new intro music. The visual of the same word repeated over in different fonts and style is from the opening theme song of Happy Endings. The music is from The Office. The logo style is from Modern Family. So you can all stop arguing which one it is, okay? It's a combination of all three. Most of the first half of the episode is just Wanda not coping. Our girl is falling apart, and as a result, so is the world. But, considering this episode's reveal, it might not be her fault. This whole episode, Elizabeth Olsen does just a perfect imitation of Julie Bowden's performance in Modern Family. Just go watch an episode of Modern Family and watch this episode again. It's uncanny. On Vision's side of the story, he meets Darcy Lewis, and after awakening her, get filled in on, well, the MCU and his character's wiki page. Darcy gets some justice by getting to punch out that sword agent who cuffed her to a car, who is now a strongman in the circus. Yeah, I know his costume looked kinda like the Sentry. It's probably just an Easter egg. He's not gonna turn out to be the Sentry, okay? Outside of the hex, Monica go get the Jeep she ordered. And that aerospace engineer we're all waiting for turned out to be Major Goodner.
Who?
I cannot decide whether or not I'm more disappointed that it's not really anybody, or more amused that how upset those people who wanted to be John Krasinski's Richard Reed are. It was never going to be him. You guys just hyped it up in your head. You only have yourself to blame. There is a small chance that Major Goodner can still turn out to be that little Skrull girl from Captain Marvel, all grown up, but I doubt it. After all this, that truck was useless as well. It just got turned into half a ute. But this did give Monica a chance to heroically enter the hex for the third time and gain her superpowers. They show that she can actually see energy and flow of energy, including magical energies, I bet. Almost as if she can see in spectrums that normal human beings can't. Fitting, as Spectrum is her current superhero name in the comics. She has also gone by Photon, Daystar, the Lady of Light, Pulsar, Sun Goddess, and Captain Marvel. Good God, woman, pick a name! They'll probably go with Photon, which was already established as her mother's call sign in the Air Force. Or Spectrum, based on her powers. Her little sword under armor jumpsuit she's wearing is also a homage to her current Spectrum superhero costume. They also show us just a little hint of her energy powers as she does a superhero landing.
Woo! Superhero landing!
Now let's talk about what we're all here for. That big Agatha Harkness reveal. Complete with her own little theme song modeled after the Munsters theme song. Check out my previous breakdown where I predicted a lot of the things that was revealed this episode. That she sent Pietro, that she's faking it in the car, that she's a
dog murderer.
So, where are the kids and what did she do to them? I think it's pretty obvious by now that a lot of the stuff she's been doing, not all, but a lot of it, has to do with the kids. She was finally given access to them when Wanda is at her lowest point, depressed, and not wanting to take any responsibility or do anything. And the Vision is out of the picture because Agatha helped convince him to leave the hex. And I bet Agatha is also responsible for all the delays Vision have been getting on his way home. A lot of people are thinking the kids are already long gone since they were reabsorbed into Mephisto's soul in the comics, and Agatha Harkness was party to that. And she earlier made a joke about biting a kid. But looking at a storytelling perspective, I think we'll see the kids at least once more before the end of the show. They haven't really had an emotional payoff for them to have disappeared unceremoniously like that forever for the rest of the show. By the way, there's a theory going around the internet that the kids are part of Agatha's brooch and she reabsorbed them into it because Agatha hasn't been wearing that brooch a lot for the past couple of episodes. But that's not the case. She was wearing the brooch when she was holding Sparky's corpse and talking to the twins. So what does Agatha want with Wanda? Well, that Nexus ad I think is a clue. There are two specific things from the comics they could be referencing. First of all, in the comics, Wanda is a Nexus being, meaning she's a linchpin of the reality she lives in and are also not necessarily bound by its rules. Also in the comic is the Nexus of all realities. Basically, it's a gateway that connects all the realities in the multiverse, and is usually guarded by the Man Thing and has nothing to do with Wanda. Either could be in play here, but I think there's also a possibility that both is in play here. We still don't know why all this kerfuffle started centered around Westview. Why did Wanda steal Vision's corpse from Sword and fucked off to middle of nowhere New Jersey for no reason? She could have been drawn or tricked to go into the Nexus of all reality, and she could be the key to unlocking it as a Nexus being. The words in the ad can certainly fit either or both. They talk about
anchor you back to your reality, or the reality of your choice,
which could be a reference to Nexus or all reality, and they also talk about
because the world doesn't revolve around you. Or does it?
Which could be a reference to a Nexus being. What about that big creepy looking book that Agatha have? Well, the best bet is the Darkhold, a magical tome that is closely associated with Doctor Strange in the comics. I know the Darkhold has appeared in other MCU TV properties like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Runaways, and it looked different. But the canonicity of those TV shows are in question because Kevin Feige had nothing to do with the creation and running of those shows. But these new Disney Plus shows, he's behind all of them. I think the missable detail here is that it glows red. Everything that has to do with Agatha is purple. Her costume in the comics is purple, and she was wearing that purple costume at the beginning of her Little Evil theme song before she transformed. She grew purple flowers, the creepy vines in her creepy dungeon glow purple, and most of all, her magic is purple. Red is Wanda's color, and when she uses her magic, it's also red. Maybe Agatha need Wanda to open this glowing red magic book she has in her possession, because maybe she's some sort of prophesied Scarlet Witch. There's an after credit scene, by the way, if you missed it, where Pietro caught Monica snooping. The most important takeaway of the scene is Monica's eyes glow purple when she's looking at Agatha's purple magic vines, and it also glow purple when she turned around to look at this Pietro. He's not the X-Men Quicksilver, guys. Let it go. He's somebody who's either in league with Agatha or somebody she created or summoned. Oh, and some people online found that Mephisto was first introduced as a fly, and they've been saying this giant insect in Agatha's house is Mephisto in disguise. And you guys know I'm on the Mephisto train, and I think a Mephisto reveal is now closer than ever. But that's a cicada, not some sort of giant terrifying fly. I have a theory there are more villains to be revealed. That Agatha is part of a coven worshipping Mephisto here in Westview. I'll be going into that in a theory video, so subscribe and click that little bell icon to be notified when it drops. And as always, leave a like, leave a comment, and thank you for watching. Peace.